What's up, you guys? It's Henry. Plug Power just announced earnings and the stock skyrocketed. I made a video when it was $8 per share, and I want to give you guys an update on what has happened since and what you really need to know about Plug Power if you want to make money. I'm also seeing a sentiment shift in the options market, and I will show you exactly what it means and what it could do to the stock in the next 2 weeks. Before I jump in, make sure you are subscribed for the latest daily videos because I help you guys get stupid rich. So join the dopest family so I can share my finance degree knowledge and Goldman Sachs experience with you. Let's get into it. Plug Power is one of those stocks that could easily double your money and is paving the way of hydrogen fuel cell innovation. I think it's stupid cheap, and the first thing I'm starting off with is their earnings. Plug reported $68 million worth of revenue, which is over 18% growth year over year. They beat analyst expectations by a whopping $11.5 million. So guys, this is another stock where you just gotta listen to Uncle Henry because Wall Street is confused. When it comes to the Q2 GAAP EPS or earnings per share, they came in at 0.3 cent loss. Now that sounds kind of bad, but not when you put into context. Wall Street was expecting a 10-cent loss. So this beat is massive, and the reason the stock has finally adjusted to the levels I was estimating at over $11 per share. But wait, guys, let's discuss why Plug could be a $20 stock if you really understand their business and what is in store for them. I'd like to quickly highlight their current performance though before we talk about what to expect. Here is a chart of Plug Power versus the S&P 500. As you can see, the momentum is very strong, and that is one key indicator I really pay attention to when I pick stocks to look into further and to eventually invest in. Holy moly, this stock is like a spaceship, while the S&P 500 is a drunk girl that can't find her Uber. If you want me to cover Uber earnings, let me know. Here is why I believe this investment can potentially double your money and has a risk-reward ratio similar to the likes of Tesla for long-term investors. First of all, the technicals. The chart has a bull flag pattern. All that means is there has been a huge spike in the price followed by some uncertain All that means is there has been a huge spike in the price followed by some uncertain consolidation, which is just a bunch of back and forth trading followed by the next big leg up. And wow, that doesn't happen often and is another bullish indicator for me. But here is the main reason I am not taking my profits and running right now. And that's the recent UK supermarket deal. Now, we covered technicals, which are important, but technicals alone won't make you rich long term. But what will is actual business deals and revenue. I stated in my previous video that Plug technology really powers a lot of warehouses, such as Amazon fulfillment centers. They supply the forklifts. With forklifts being charged quickly and more efficiently, that means workers can be more productive, hence improving the warehouse output. So Plug is essential to running a smooth flowing business. Well, they just scored a deal with Asda. Asda is a British supermarket retailer and is actually a wholly owned subsidiary of Walmart. Do you guys see a pattern here? Asda is owned by Walmart, and Walmart itself is a long-time Plug Power customer. That means Walmart not only likes Plug Power, but they are willing to keep increasing their business that they do with Plug Power. That leads to endless opportunities as Walmart is trying to compete with online orders, and Amazon, well, it's Amazon. So Plug has some relationships that are too strong to pass up in my opinion. Another earnings piece Plug provided, which made me more bullish, is their full Q3 2020 guidance. They said they expect between 110 million and 115 million for gross billings. So this company is really on its way and is pretty undervalued in my opinion. I quickly want to show you guys what the revenue chart looks like. As you can see, the green is the revenue increases and the blue is earnings. I really like how the revenues are increasing and the earnings are normalizing and staying pretty flat. That means Plug is growing at staggering rates, yet the cash they are burning isn't overwhelming for them right now. Taking a look at recommended trends, this stock is rated a buy, and no current analysts have it as a sell. I'd expect some analysts to even move it to a strong buy because the recent earnings news is really a game changer in my opinion. So I discussed the earnings in detail, performance, and the amazing partnership deal with Asda. Now, it's time to take a look at the unusual option activity in the stock options. I'm going to look at a specific option contract, explain why it's unusual, what that means, and how I think about stock options for specific stocks just like Plug Power. All right, guys, so this is everybody's very favorite part where I cover options and how they work and what I'm looking at. So this is an article that I found on Yahoo Finance. I do look at stock option chains all the time, but I don't stare at them. So I didn't really look at plugs until I got this alert. And it was really cool because I'm basically going to explain to you what an unusual option activity could look like. And there's basically three things that you should look out for, especially if you're trading a specific stock that you're following, that you're kind of consider yourself an expert on. So when it comes to Plug, on Wednesday, there was an alert that there was a lot of purchases and volume specifically on the 9 strike. So all that means was people were expecting Plug Power to go beyond the $9 price target. And that actually happened at a volume of 2,887 shares or contracts on that day. So that is pretty high. And if you look at the open interest, it represents about 1/3 of the entire volume. So that is kind of speaking, no pun intended, volumes there. If you're having one trading day that has 1/3 of the entire open interest. So guys, I'm also going to explain what the expiration date is. So the expiration date is for August 21st. So people are really betting 2 weeks from now, or at least 2 weeks from the recording. It'll be one day below 2 weeks when I post this, that people expect Plug Power to not only go beyond 9, but they probably expect it to go way beyond 9. And I'll show you an example of how far beyond 9 or $10 or $11 per share they expect it to go when I go into the Robinhood section. But I'm very quickly going to explain what unusual activity means and what to look out for to see if something is unusual. So here in this article, we basically see that open interest, also described as unsettled contracts, if that is very high, that means there is a lot of people, buyers and sellers, that want piece of that action. They want a piece of the action on the options contracts. They want to make bets and they're excited. And that is a sign, an indicator that there's going to be some activity, that they're expecting some type of behavior, some type of news to really affect stock. So options do speak a lot about what the stock may do. So that is the number one thing, open interest. Number two, it is the expiration date. And basically what they're saying here in this article is if there's a lot of volume for, let's say, I'm actually going to go over to Robinhood real quick. If I click here and I go to, let's say, January 21, 2022, and then I go look at the calls and I go look at like 20, if there's a lot of volume here, which there isn't, that would be unusual. This is not unusual because there's not a lot of volume. I mean, there's literally 180 volume. I mean, technically, I guess there is a kind of a lot of volume because there was nothing. So this is kind of unusual. All right, I'll take it back. It's slightly unusual, but 180 contracts, I mean, that's not a whole lot. So let's take a look at January 2021 and let's take a look at the 15. And okay, that is much more bullish right here. So there's 490 volume with a good open interest, with high implied volatility and tight bid-ask spread. So all of the things that I've been talking about in my previous videos, all the things that I look for, they're aligned here. So I really do see this being pretty unusual for Plug. I do think it's probably their relationship with Asda, but it could also be their earnings and their Q3 guidance. So there's just a whole bunch of positivity going towards Plug and good things happening for their business. So this is definitely something to look out for. I went over the 2022, went over 2021. Let's go into Q3, I guess. Let's take a look at September and let's just go closer to the money. And when I say closer to the money, all I mean is we're getting closer to the $11.39 that the current stock is at. So I'm going to go to $12. And interesting. So very low open interest, but very high volume, which tells me that people have literally just jumped on this stock today, like literally on Friday, as I record this video, before I edit it and get it out on Saturday. I literally see a bunch of people are trading this stock. Huge implied volatility, and the volume surpasses open interest, meaning literally all the action just happened today. So let's go back to the article that I was talking about, and that is just two things that I'm looking at. As I said, expiration date is very important. If it's very far out and a bunch of people are betting on a far out future,
just like they are with Tesla. Let me know if you guys want me to discuss Tesla. I love that stock. There's a whole lot of competition on YouTube for Tesla, but I really feel like I might be somewhere in the top with my knowledge on Tesla. But of course, there's probably a couple people that their channels are purely focused on Tesla and nothing else. So it is a little bit difficult to compete with them, but you guys let me know if you're interested in more Tesla videos. All right, so contracts with a strike price far from the underlying price are also considered unusual. And basically this is called out of the money. And just to simply put this, what does that mean? Well, it means that if plug is 11 and people are buying, well, I can't even go higher than 19, but let's go to January. If people are buying like the 20, which is like almost a double, that tells you that people are betting very far away from what current prices are. And yes, confirmed, literally zero open interest, and today there's 139 options being traded. Is that a lot? Not really. I mean, I could buy all 139 for $1. That would be what, like $13,000? I could technically buy this entire volume without any problem at all, but it still kind of does tell you that there are people, probably small investors, probably Robinhood traders, well, they have to be Robinhood traders probably, that are buying this type of volume. And I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just saying like there are probably people that are early in their investing career that are interested in investing in plug, that really do see a future, which I also, honestly, I do see a future for them, a really big future, and they're making some bets. But when it comes to 139 in volume, I mean, it's not a fund, it's not a hedge fund, it's not a big institution, it's literally mom and pop and probably a lot of young investors trying to understand how options work, and they are very bullish. So if you bought plug options, let me know in the comments. I don't really recommend you trading options too crazy in the beginning of your career. If you want to learn more about options, check out my Patreon page. I discuss so much about options there, and I try to educate everyone. And I think it's really important that you really build up your knowledge base when it comes to options. Don't just jump into it, because it's super easy to lose money, especially when you're buying call options. I really do preach selling calls and selling puts. Of course, they have to be cash secured, meaning that you're not just selling a call without having the stock itself, and you're not just selling a put without having the cash to back it up if you were to be put the stock. All I'm saying is, I kind of subscribe to this theta gang mentality where I just sell options and I try to earn money as time goes on. So time is money, and I like making money kind of independent of my time, but as the market ages and the market you spend time in the market, you just automatically start to earn money week after week. And I like that. I like selling options because they decay, and the person that's making a bet on the option going up or going down, I'm more than happy to collect the money that person's betting and kind of just wait to see what happens. I don't mind getting paid. So I think I said all three things, right? Hopefully, yes, I did. So I went 1, 2, 3. So that's what unusual option activity means. It's just really something that's not usual, whether it's volume, whether it's date, or whether it's price. And definitely a lot of stuff happening for plug. I'm super bullish. I made a video at 8 and it literally went to 11:39 right now, or sorry, 11:05, but I think after hours it's up. So literally probably around what is that, 20% or more. Still, I'm bullish on plug. I think they have phenomenal relationships. And yeah, guys, if you appreciate this video, give me a like or subscribe or smash the like button, as I say. It's been a long day, but I'm really trying to grind out and give you guys all the best information to teach everyone. I love teaching people. And yeah, let's go back into the video and let's wrap this video up.
All right, so I hope you guys see what I like about Plug Power and the unusual option activity I just explained. Remember, options are safer than stocks. That's what my mentor on Wall Street told me and taught me, and after years of experience, I have found that to be true. However, don't expect to be an options whiz or genius and for this to be the case for you until you have a lot more experience and you really study what the game is all about. Nothing good is quick, easy, or cheap. I try to build your knowledge as fast as possible, but for more in-depth content, I post weekly information on Patreon, and that is meant to build your knowledge more on top of my YouTube channel. And I try to really do a good job when it comes to options or any other stuff that I see that my Patreons really want me to talk about. Make sure you guys look in my description and get your 2 free stocks with Webull. Webull literally hooks you up with 1 free stock for doing nothing but signing up, and a second stock valued up to $1,400 when you deposit just $100. Either way, I am so happy to be sharing all my knowledge on YouTube. I wish nothing but success to everyone watching. I truly love all of you, and I really appreciate all the kind comments that I receive. I'll be back tomorrow with another video that's gonna flood your pockets with money. Be aggressive in learning, but be safe when it comes to investing. Give me that fist bump.